Hey guys, what's up? So it is Friday, and it's Lauren here, and I'm subbing in for Maddie today, and it is good to be back. I'm going to start this video off by kind of explaining a little bit about where I have been, and where I have gone to, and what has happened with me. I was supposed to make a video a little while back when I took a step down from a regular spot to a sub, and shit just got a little crazy, and it didn't happen, so I'm sorry about that. I feel like I kind of owe you guys a bit of an explanation about where I have been to and what's kind of happened in my life. At this point in time in my life, the best thing for me is to take a step down from a regular spot to a substitute spot. Being on this channel is a very big honor and privilege in my life, and as much as I try to help you guys have also helped me in so many ways. So I don't think I can ever leave this channel. It's such a big part of my life. But at this moment in time, I don't have the time or energy to commit to the amount of time you guys deserve. I went through a lot of things in a very short amount of time, and as hard as I tried, it was hard to deal with everything all at once. I had a very traumatic experience of my friend falling 20-something feet off of a balcony onto cement right beside me, and I was also on the balcony and almost fell as well. So that was a rough thing to go through, seeing my friend go through that. And my cousin also went into a coma, had a brain hemorrhage, and just some other health issues with my dad that have been scary. So it's just kind of been a lot, and going back to school and all the other stuff I have going on, I don't feel like I have enough time to give to you guys that you deserve. So the two topics on the channel this week have to do with religion and sexuality, and the other one has to do with swinging and open relationships and stuff like that. I'm not going to get into religion. Me and religion don't have the best relationship, I guess you could say. So I'm going to talk about open relationships slash swinging, which is not the same thing. But the reason I'm going to talk about this one is because I am in a relationship now, going on 3 months. It's my longest relationship, and also my only relationship. But we started off in an open relationship. So that's kind of why I want to talk about this topic. The reason we started off in an open relationship is because me and Lexi started dating right before Pride, and we both had never been in a relationship. I think it kind of scared us both. We'd known each other for a year and a half, almost 2 years before we started dating, and she was a really good friend of mine, and that's kind of how I like to know people before I date them. The thing with open relationships is it is hard. It is a very hard thing to commit to, and you have to set rules if you're gonna be serious about it. Open relationships are not just we're seeing each other but we can do whatever we want and be disrespectful to each other and do whatever the fuck we want when we're out. We had rules of no sleeping with other people, hooking up with them was okay. We told each other about it. I think we had a rule of we were allowed to veto certain people that we were just very much not comfortable with the other person hooking up with. And that's kind of how it started, because we wanted to kind of test the waters and see how it would go from there. And what ended up happening is that we got a lot more serious about each other, and jealousy played into it a lot. At first it was just kind of, we'd go out with all our friends and be at the bar, and me and my friends are stupid. All of us are dumb, and especially during Pride, we just go to the bar and end up just making out with each other, and it's so stupid, and people probably look at us and they're like, what is all of your friendships? Because I don't understand it. And that's kind of how we started out, and people would be like, are you okay with this? And I didn't care at the beginning, and then it kind of got to the point where I realized I really loved her, and I didn't want to share her. So kind of slowly and gradually we both realized that we didn't want that anymore. So we're not in an open relationship anymore. It's just us, and that only really lasted for about a month, maybe, before we kind of realized that wasn't going to work for us long term. I know some people that have been in open relationships long term, and kudos to you, because I didn't think I was a jealous person until I realized how in love I was, and just didn't want to share her. Just wanted to be selfish and want my girlfriend all to myself, which I think is fair. So, open relationships can work. I think usually as kind of a starting place, maybe, especially if you're new to relationships, and I'm not saying that's how you should start a relationship, but it worked for us. And rules are very important, and trust is very important. And I think letting the other person kind of know where you're at, and we had a rule that as soon as there was something we weren't comfortable with, we would share it with the other person. So if there was ever a time where I didn't like what was happening or didn't want it to be happening, I would tell her, and she did the same with me. And we kind of just went from there. I think it's just it's hard to explain an open relationship to people, because I know some people have open relationships where they can sleep with other people, and I knew that was never going to be something that I'd be okay with. There's a difference between things being sexual versus romantic. I was never okay with the idea of her cuddling with someone else or having the same kind of relationship we did, but I knew just going out to the bar and making out with one of our friends didn't mean anything, so I didn't care. I still trust her more than anything, and I'm not uncomfortable with her going out without me. It's kind of been a weird thing that's happened. Open relationships can work. I think it takes a certain kind of person, and I think you both have to be on the same page. Open relationships do not work when only one person wants it, and the other person ends up settling for it. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to them. It's not fair in the long run to anybody, really. It has to be something you both want and something that you're both comfortable with. And I think there does come a point where you have to kind of sit down and talk about where you want to go from there, because realistically an open relationship can't last forever. You're not going to date someone and multiple other people for years, unless polygamy is a thing that people do. I understand that, and there's so many broad spectrums of sexuality that monogamy doesn't work for everybody. But I think if you're planning on being in a monogamous relationship, an open relationship is not the way to go for you. So yeah, I think that's pretty much covers my view on this topic, is that set ground rules if you want to try an open relationship. Let your partner know as soon as there's something you're not comfortable with, and if you want things to change, you have to tell them. You can't expect them to know where you're at without you letting them know. So that is it for my view on the topic this week. I'll see you guys all soon. I don't know when, because now I'm a sub and I'm just floating around in the cyber world-ish. Cool. So you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you sometime. Alright guys, bye!